I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome everyone. Rainy spring evening. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the January 11th, 2024 regular board meeting and the March 6th special board meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting and the special meeting on March 6th. I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that we accept the regular and place on file the regular meeting of the January 11th board meeting and March 6th special board meeting. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, carried. I can't write and talk at the same time. Planning Commission, we don't have the members here. Karen, is there any comments about their January 3rd, February 7th meeting?
No.
Okay. There was no appeal. Anyone with anything to bring before the board at this time?
Citizens,
Yes.
taxpayers,
Yeah.
there's supposed to be more here, but I think the weather takes care of more.
So do you have something, Sally?
Yes,
Okay.
Manistee Township residents in the Fernhill subdivision would like to know when you're going to consider something on those roads.
I can't give you an answer right now, but we'll sort of investigate it.
Would you please put it on your agenda for the future?
Sure. Anyone else? County Commissioner?
Okay, well, not a lot to report from the February board meeting, but I'll give you a quick rundown on that one. Grant Chris came before the board, trying to maintain the pool in its current capacity and improved upon out at West Shore College. That's getting to be a little bit of an issue apparently. I'm not gonna steal Brad's thunder, but he's our new road commission manager, which I'm sure Mark will give him a much more thorough introduction than I can. Tax allocation board, Joseph Zuhaki from Onekama Township filled out that board, and the tax allocation board has met on it. Don't see any changes coming out of that at all.
You might be correct, because I'm on that board.
Huh?
I'm on that board.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and,
Nothing, I'm just,
okay, same thing.
because I'm the new member,
Well, there was two.
okay?
Bert Parks was on it last time, and he couldn't,
So
he
maybe you
couldn't do
could
it.
still work with me or something.
We all struggle with that, Dennis. Okay, the tire recycle pickup is gonna be July 27th, and I believe that's gonna be up in Calava. Household hazardous waste is gonna be August 17th. We're looking at some significant changes to the regional summit, try to pick up the pace on that somewhat. Let's see here, switch to some other things that are pertinent. When I talked to Melzer at MDOT June, tentatively, hopefully by the end of May, but June is what I'm going to be telling people in regard to the 31 bridge going back in play. Hopefully that holds up. The essential air service contract is up at the airport. We've got 3 bids so far that came back for that. We will be looking at what carrier is going to best serve Manistee and hopefully get us to the promised land of 8,000 or 10,000 employments, because that opens up significant doors for funding. Was contacted by Glennie, and he had questions about the Bar Lake culvert. And I just stopped and took a peek. I wasn't exactly wearing the correct attire to go swimming in the culvert, but you can see there is a breach there, and you can see where that road was patched. And I guess my question to the board would be, you guys start to have that dialogue with the road commission, since the road commission's here, it's a great time to have that chat, or initiate a chat. That's something we don't wanna have get breached and be scrambling.
Yeah. We've been, it's been on our radar for a couple of years. We've talked to Mark at the road commission meetings. Mark has talked to, who's the engineer, Planus?
We have Brian Newhoff.
Brian Newhoff
Brian
engineers
Newhoff,
are on
yeah.
board with preliminary engineering work.
Yeah, they submitted a proposal before, but I'm gonna look at it in detail again and see if they can update that, and then we can get that moving this year. You know, but we have been out there a few times patching that, because what it is, I think when that road was widened, I think in the 90s,
Yeah,
from
probably.
what I remember, I think the existing culvert, they actually just extended each end instead of totally replacing it, and I'm pretty sure that's the issue, so. Because I think where they found where it's been an issue has been like kind of at where the culvert joint is.
Yeah,
Right, we had a whole
the bottom's
situation.
going out of the culvert,
Yeah.
the road's caving in.
Yeah, well, you can see something on the top of the culvert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a hole there several times. It's been cold patched, it's been
Yeah.
concreted, it's been gravelled, it's been.
It's time.
Yeah, and then that's one, obviously with the hydraulic analysis and everything else, so we look at different options for, you know, the size of culvert and everything.
Yeah.
So 10-1, it might be like probably a 4-sided box culvert going in.
Yeah.
But
That would
they
be-
do a hydraulic analysis.
Something bigger would
and
be better.
surveying Everything, yes.
And then have it in the right direction.
Right.
So it's not in the teeth of the woods. Okay,
All right, I will continue. Shelley Johnson is the new county clerk effective 5 p.m. last week, Friday. Lindsay did a very nice job, but she's stepped down from that position. She's now in the county administrator's office. Thoroughly expect Shelley to do a great job as county clerk. Land bank, if you read the paper, the county land bank was successful in getting $285,000 grant to demolish the old Ringo buildings on First Street, and also $1,597,000 and change for to spruce up the Hotel Northern foundation and stuff. So those are pretty major pull on their part. Also, I won the chili cook-off for the county, along with another Township resident, Mr. Steve Block, so we're chili champions. That's some big news
couldn't
there.
prove it by me.
Well, you can show up down there. You gotta.
You know when the meeting is. Is that it, sir?
That's it for me.
Any questions for Jeff? Other than his goat chili recipe?
That's secret.
Yeah.
Was that your brother's?
No.
Any questions from the audience for
Fast
Jeff?
answer.
Other than his chili recipe? All right, thanks, Jeff. Karen, you got anything in the zoning department?
Yes, so for the months of January and February, there were no new written complaints received regarding the junk ordinance violation at 3756 Chippewa Highway. 3 citations were posted, posted and mailed on February 22nd. They were sent to the owners and the taxpayers that were listed on the Manistee County parcel informational sheet. A court date has been set for April 2nd. January receipts, there was 1 zoning permit issued, 9 requests for construction permits, 7 reinspection fees paid, and 2 special inspections were paid for violations. February receipts, there were 3 zoning permits issued, 6 requests for construction permits, and 8 reinspection fees were paid. I attended the Land Bank Authority meeting on February 20th. They voted to accept the bid from Swiderski Brothers for the demolition work at the old city school building. I did actually receive that demo permit application today, and I came in and processed it this evening and sent it to AGS for their processing. So that is great news there. Obviously, everyone is aware that Culver's has opened, so it was a great job by everyone involved. Update on the medical care facility, expansion and renovation project. That building permit has been issued, and I expect that work to begin, Brent thought possibly by the end of the month that work will start.
Yeah. Questions?
When can the school?
I don't, because the asbestos abatement has to happen first, and that's a different contractor that's doing it. We do have that question out to Megan, so as soon as I get that answered, I will let you know.
Do you have the total cost of the, what was
It
Alex?
was two.
For both of them?
260 something, 230 something.
Did that include the abatement?
I don't recall if it did or not.
Those were two separate bids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't recall seeing that on, Swiderski's bid was like 240 something in that area, but I did not see the asbestos bid on there. But I will get that to you.
The other question, I don't know if we'll know, but maybe Jeff will know, regarding medical care, expansion, you said?
Yes, they're putting an addition on and doing renovation inside.
And I think that millage happened before COVID. Is the bids locked in, that the money's gonna be there for all that?
There has been significant changes from the initial, and there's been discussion regarding to make sure that the millage vote parallels to what the intent
Their
is.
census is that high, so I didn't.
It's not, it hasn't been since COVID. You know, I would tell you they're probably averaging around 50, well, in the mid-50s. I don't want to give you specific numbers, I don't want to give it to you wrong, but it's been a little bit up as of late into the mid. Before, it's been in the higher 40s, and it's all been COVID ever since. And I want to say it's
It's
going to
just
be
one of
80
the
some
questions
beds
I
when
get
it's
all the
done.
time.
Right.
At the window when I'm collecting taxes, is, you know, is that millage gonna cover what they wanted to do? Because they're concerned about the millage.
It's a different program from what it originally desired to be, but it's still a significant uptick from what it is there. That building is costing them lots of money right now just because of the age. Plumbing, and primarily plumbing and the heating and cooling plants.
Okay, that's all I have, Mr. Dennis.
Okay, just a side note, I went to the soft opening at Culver's, and the owner and the people at Culver's suggested that Manistee, this store was one of the best ones, or easiest ones they've ever had to work with to open. Hats off to the zoning department and everybody here for the job they did to make it happen. Because I wasn't gonna be here for a while.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, thanks Karen.
Thank you.
Joe, we got anything going on across the street?
Yeah, for the month of January, we had 20 and a half hours of fire-related calls. We had 22 and a half hours of medical-related calls. We had 7 and a half hours of lift assist. And we had 6 hours in our meetings and training at the station. And then, in February, we had 2 hours fire-related call, 22 hours of medical related, 4 hours of lift assist, and 8 hours of meeting and training in February. No special events. Station, we still continue to clean it up. One thing I didn't put on here, we did actually get all lights changed over to LED in the station. So hopefully that'll save us on electricity now. Equipment, we received our new rescue, and we got it put in service. The state did an inspection and everything, so we got it all okay. I asked Denny about getting some ratchet sets, the 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch to do minor maintenance stuff around the station, which I did pick those up. We're still actively recruiting, and some people keep telling me that they're interested, but they still haven't come and put all these applications. We still have to find folks, and can't thank them enough for their time and commitment. Training, we did some pump training with the engine because when we had that fire up on the res, the one intake valve was leaking a little bit, but we changed the gasket and everything, it seems to be working fine now. We also trained with forcible entry door. We did also do some training on response to locations. Try to keep up on that. Everyone in the department likes to do rescue. The only thing that I talked to the company about is that we didn't get the backup alarm that should have been put on it. So he said he'll get one for the truck. He must have, it wasn't in the agreement, but I told him at the meeting when they came up, we started telling them what we wanted on the truck, that was supposed to be put on the truck. So he's gonna get one. And we've gotten comments from neighboring departments and stuff and about our new rescue, and even other departments throughout the state. I've gotten phone calls and stuff about it. And I did do the revenue sharing for dual gear, for which it would be used for wildland and vehicle electrification. And the amount I put in for it is to suit everybody with everything: boots, pants, coat, gloves, goggles, helmets. So it's quite a bit for about 15 people. And then I also put in for a rescue rope kit. So I asked for about $50,000 from revenue sharing for all this. And that's all I got.
I think it needs to be noted that when we started into talking about replacing that rescue unit, that we talked to manufacturers of those units, and we sought bids for that. Joe, Shelby, and Gordon were instrumental in getting this vehicle for us, and we're getting bids between $200,000 and $250,000 for an outfitted rig like the one we have. And doing it the way we did it with their recommendation, we're under $125,000. There was a $30,000 grant from revenue sharing. We have some ARPA money in there, but I think that's a heck of a piece of equipment for that kind of money. And it's because of the efforts of the people that figured out what we needed. Didn't need a Cadillac, but we got what we need, and it does a nice job. Thanks, Joe. Any questions for Joe? Okay, tell everyone thanks, if you would, please, for us.
Yep.
I got a note from Rick Klaus, our liquor inspector, for the month of February. Manistee Township establishments are all in compliance and no issues. I don't have much for township update, other than spring is around the corner, the frost laws, well, the frost laws are off and traffic is gonna pick up. Excuse me, we don't have any major road projects in the main thoroughfares for this summer. careful, the snow's gone, you're gonna have to get burn permits, you're gonna burn, a lot of people like to burn in the spring. Please get a permit, so that the guys aren't running more than they already are. Item number 2 is from the Manistee County Road Commission, Mr. Sheldon and Brad, I'm sorry, I don't.
Kluczynski.
Kluczynski, I should know that, Linda.
Yeah.
And Brad, Mark is outgoing manager, and Mr. Kluczynski is the incoming manager. So, gentlemen, if you'd like, you got anything you'd like to say, or?
Basically, yeah, after 46 and a half years of full-time plus work, I am finally retiring, 17 years at Road Commission, and I worked 29 and a half years with Wade Trim in Bay City, so basically retired from full-time plus work, and Brad, fortunately was able to find Brad here to replace me, and he started basically on February 5th, so he can do a little background on himself, and then I can give you a, brief update on the Road Commission and, projects if you like.
Okay, yeah, my name is Brad Kluczynski. I grew up in Charlevoix. I went to U of M and ended up working for the city of Ann Arbor for 23 years. Started out in engineering inspection and moved around a little bit, and then moved into a supervisory role with asset management. Asset management is using your money to the best ability you can to get the biggest bang for your buck. So I've been doing this for a lot of years. I spent 18 years in Ann Arbor developing the system with them. After that project was done, I took an early retirement from Ann Arbor and moved back up north. I worked for the Village of Elk Rapids, DPW as their superintendent for about 4 years before I moved to the Grand Traverse County Road Commission. Spent 5 years there, and now I'm here for my second tour in the Road Commission. I'm looking forward to working with the townships, and as you were talking about here before the meeting, I've had a lot of experience with asset management. I've done it for buildings, I've done it for roads, you name it, I've done it. So if you're looking to put a 5-year plan together, and even beyond that, for how you principles that you want to establish for it, I will definitely be willing to sit down with you. We can do it in a public meeting like this, a regular meeting, or we can do it in a working session and go through exactly how it's set up and why. And we can put together a lot of good information for you so you can make the most educated decisions you can as a board.
Great, glad to hear it.
It's been a pleasure, working with the township, for the last, 10 plus years. I mean, I think you've accomplished quite a bit. Like last year you had, the Hill Road resurfacing project and Poland and Suda, and then you've worked with us on a lot of other projects. So it's good to see, townships, realizing that a lot of the roads, especially the local roads, whether it's the local paved roads or gravel roads, they definitely need a lot of work. And I think little by little, we're getting a good handle on the county primary roads, but I think working with townships with the cost share, we're making, progress on that. So it's good to see some of the townships that actually are proactive, working with us on that.
Well, the
So,
cost share that was changed 4 years ago?
2019, yeah.
5 years ago?
Yep,
That made a big difference in
Yep.
getting the funds available to do the roads.
yes. And that was the main intent, I think, especially with the increased funding to the state with the gas tax and registration fees and everything, that helps, and that's why we're trying to get the county primary roads, in halfway decent shape, and then work with, townships on the other roads, so. But I'll give you just a little update on projects. This year, we've got, countywide, we've got about 14 miles of blacktop resurfacing, 1 mile of road reconstruction and paving up in Onekma Township, a little over 17 miles of road preservation, blacktop wedging and paving and chip seal and fog seal. Most of that is up north. We do have Bear Lake Township working with us on Maidens Road from US 10 over to, not US 10, US 31 over to Chief Road. We basically do some paving and then chip seal and fog seal and kind of fix that situation going down the hill. On the 31 too, as far as, the erosion and everything else, so it'll be a good project. Here in Manistee Township, we are finishing the design for Lake Shore Road. We're we're doing an overlay on Lake Shore from Bar Lake Road, and then including Crescent Beach Road all the way to M22. So that's gonna be overlaid, and then we're going to, there's a couple of roads that I looked at for you on West Birch, I think, or Birchwood Drive and Piney.
Right. The first,
Looking at doing a
the
little bit of
intersection
overlay
area,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And we'll kind of add that into the, you know, the bid documents for doing, you know, Lake Shore and Crescent Beach Road. So I'm hoping to basically get that design done, you know, by next week and, you know, basically get it out for bids. And then also we have, the design work will be done for North Matheson Road off of Pine Creek Road. And that's something, KPM, our consultant, will have the survey firm, which I believe is Dawn's. We'll be doing the survey on that, and then they'll be doing the design work this year, basically for 2025 construction, so for that. Some major projects we already have bids on, Maple Road from Fox Farm to Murky. We're gonna do an overlay on that, and we obtained bids. That's county primary, and basically Reith Riley is the low bidder on that. And then a section of 21st Street east of Walgreens, we're gonna do an overlay on that section. So Reith Riley was the low bid, and it's like $915,000 project. So that's, you know, pretty much 100% funded by the road commission. Filer's working with us on some paving work on Red Apple Road, Ramona Drive, and Linwood Road. We just obtained bids on March 4th. Molon Asphalt was the low bidder on that, and that project is like $526,000, so it'll be a 50-50 deal, you know, with the townships. Another big job that's finally going to be done, the last mile of Malark Road that borders Bear Lake Township and yeah, Necoma. That's, you know, we put that out for bids actually on Mondays. We'll be getting bids on April 1st for that, so it'll be good to finally get that last section done. Because obviously the section that we worked on with you in Brown Township, you know, from 31 north, you know, that was done way back in 2020.
Yeah, that's nice road.
Yeah, and I'm sure just that last mile, we've spent a ton of money just patching that thing, you know, band-aiding that together even the last 4 years, so. But it's good that, you know, they're finally gonna work with us on that. And then, yeah, the stuff for the road preservation, the 17 miles, we're gonna get bids on that on April 1st. Our federal state road commission funded project for this year is 9 Mile Road. That last section east of Kelva, or east of Yates Road to Marilla Road, that's gonna be all redone. And then that section of Marilla Road from 9 Mile up to Beers Road will be overlaid. So that's gonna be all, pretty much all season road, all the way to, you know, the East County line. And then, yeah, I talked about Lake Shore and Crescent Beach Road.
Sounds like a busy summer.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the whole intent, I mean, we had, you know, some projects like with our budget last year, even we had hoped we'd get more projects done, you know, like with cost shares and everything, and some of those don't really develop. So we kind of bumped a few things, and we're trying to, you know, accomplish a lot, especially with the, you know, the wedding between Elmer's and Reith Riley.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can see just looking at the bids, you know, basically the blacktop prices went up. The one on 9 Mile Marilla, Elmer's was the only bidder, and that's, you know, through MDOT, and they were like 5% over our estimate. And we did our very best to kind of estimate it, so we were the low bidder, but it's, you know, but I mean, still, it's gonna get done. But looking at all the bids we received recently, you can see there's definitely an increase in the blacktop price, and I'm sure that had something to do with it. There was some rumor, from maybe a blacktop company from Wisconsin, they, you know, hopefully move something into northern Michigan so we can have a little more competition, so. But at least the stuff in Filer Township, you know, Molon Asphalt bid with it, you know, along with Reith Riley, so. And, you know, Molon, you know, has one of the projects. So.
Competition's good.
Yeah, so that's good for that. So basically, being it's been kind of a mild winter this year, I mean, our rough approximate snowfall today was about 64 inches. Last year, about the same time, was about 98. First year I started, December 1st of 2013, we had record snowfall, like roughly 212 inches. I thought I was up in Hancock and Houghton again. And of course, when I retired, my last winter, it's, hardly anything. But I mean, as far as being, we don't have a lot of winter maintenance this year. We've been doing a lot of tree work, a lot of boom arm work with the tractors, basically, pothole patching where needed. Even getting out and blading, gravel and dirt roads, which, is usually uncalled for in December, January, February, so. We do have, 3 great mechanics working for us, and we just took bids for 6 new truck cabin chassis. Before, I think, down the road, there's gonna be new emission standards. So we did get bids recently, and we just awarded the bids to D&K Truck Sales from Lansing just yesterday. And so we currently have 1 truck that's being finished right now as far as like assembling the truck at the road commission, and we have 3 more coming in the next probably 3 months or so. And then we're gonna have the other 6 coming, probably by sometime next year. So, we're hoping within the next few years, we're gonna have like 10 new trucks on the road. Usually before, we're lucky to build maybe, or have like, 1 to 2 per year. The rough price of a truck, total build is about $300,000. So they're not cheap. I think the cabin chassis that we got bids on, it was about $168,000 for the truck cabin chassis. And then when you buy all the equipment, the box and the side wing and the belly blade and everything else, it's basically about a $300,000 truck when you get done.
Be glad you don't have to fight fire trucks.
Yeah, I mean, well, even ours, even with our trucks, it's taken probably, I think a good year just to get the cabin chassis.
Oh, yeah.
The recent ones, and then even getting the equipment has been a problem, unfortunately, so. The spring weight restrictions, those were just lifted on Tuesday. And other than that, just, we talked about the Bar Lake outlet, the crossover. I'm gonna take a look at the design engineering proposal and get Brandon Newhoff on board to at least get the survey done and the hydraulics and look at some optional culvert
We'd
replacements.
like to be involved in that.
Yes.
Because it's more than just a culvert. It's-
Yeah, the number of meetings we've had over the last many years, especially with the low lake levels and then the high lake levels. I was in fact telling Brad today, I think back in 2015 or so, I was out there meeting with probably you and Charlie Gans and everybody, because people in Bar Lake was complaining because of the low lake level.
Yeah, they didn't have any water,
And then 2-3 years later, then you had major issues with the high lake levels. But that's gonna be, with the Corps of Engineers involved in the Eagle, the Lake Michigan situation, you're gonna have to look at different optional sizes, and then especially with your facility right there too.
Well, the permits take so long.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta get, we have to get going on it, because, it took me, I don't know, probably 2.5 years to get a permit from the Corps.
Oh, really?
Well, you people probably have more pull than I do, but it takes
Oh, yeah,
2.5
generally,
years to get a permit from
holy
the Corps.
smokes. Was that for like all the shoreline work too, or just the?
No, that's just for dredging
Oh,
the
I gotcha.
outlet, keep the water flowing.
I gotcha, okay. Yeah, and generally, I think a culvert replacement like that, basically the survey will be done and then hydraulic analysis and look at different, sizing options for replacement. And on that one, definitely the township and a lot of people will be involved with it, so. And even the adjoining property owners always get notified, with that, so.
Yeah, that's good.
And other than that, I guess if you have any questions,
No, I just have a quick question for Brad. Could you, in your expertise, can you shed a little light on, help me here, with access management ordinance on US 31?
Yes, what do you want to know?
Oh,
Well, I mean, we'll sit down and talk about it, but in our meetings, in my meetings with the US 31 Rebuild Committee, they suggested that we have a access management ordinance in place.
Yes, because if you have it in
Currently,
place,
don't have one.
if you have it in place, then MDOT will honor it and require people to consolidate driveways wherever possible. So that you won't have a driveway for every single parcel. They'll create a service drive effectively so that you could have 4 or 5 parcels accessing one point, which is, that's the biggest reason why you have accidents, is because you have people turning out of one driveway and another one just a little ways down turning. So yes, I've done that for sure with Grand Traverse was
Well,
working on it actively.
we might have to develop that before 27.
or
Yeah,
actually
no, you
ordinance,
wanted to
mean
get it
township
in soon.
ordinance for it, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay.
gotta be in the form of a township ordinance.
Sure. I'm assuming there's other, townships in that have those, correct, that you can
Yeah,
start from.
we got the
base.
smallest stretch of anyone, but
Right,
still, we have the second highest volume of traffic in
Mhm.
the county, so.
yeah.
Yeah, we can, I can sit down with you or, your whole board, however you wanna do it again, and we can talk about it.
Well, I just,
But it definitely is something that needs to be done and thought about, especially if you're gonna start experiencing bicycle and pedestrian traffic.
well,
Because,
we're trying to implement sidewalks with Everyville,
yeah,
so.
and so to have that limited number of crossings over the sidewalk is huge. I mean, that's crucial to keeping the alternative transportation network safe.
Okay, we'll be in touch then, thank you.
No problem.
Well, Mark, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Whatever you decide to do, I don't know, wander off into the wild blue yonder or whatever.
I'll be
you're
doing
gonna do.
some probably part-time, but I'm gonna take at least a few months off and figure out what I'm doing life and then.
Thank you for your-
Yeah, appreciate
For
it.
your help in the projects we've done. We piecemeal most of these projects because we have no millage, we have no road millage for
Yeah.
roads or anything.
Sure,
So we try and use the money that we
Yeah.
have and,
yeah. Well, I think, just like, obviously, the Hill Road,
yeah.
Basically did that full width wedge on it and then, capped everything. You're gonna get a lot of service life.
What
Sure.
everybody likes about that road is the designated turn lanes at the bottom of
Mm-hmm.
That's what they like more.
Oh, did they?
Or whatever,
Okay, well, great.
Well, thank you
It's been a
again.
pleasure.
Thank you very much. It is nice meeting you
Okay,
back.
thanks.
Again.
Thank you.
Consider the 24 household hazardous waste program, as Jeff suggested, that's in August, I believe.
August 17th.
August 17th.
I'll see you before I leave.
Last year's numbers,
You gonna be working out?
Yeah.
we have last year's
Until
numbers.
next Friday. See ya.
Well, take summer weekend off.
The whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
That's where I saw it, yeah. Excuse me. Last year we had 36 cars from Manistee Township participate in it. That's the second highest in the county. Winnebago Township was the highest. And they figure what did they say, 40
$0.40
cents
per person.
per person, so are they requesting the 14.45, is that what they're requesting?
1442.
Right. They're actually requesting this, and if we can offer that, would be great.
So if we were gonna participate, we don't have to
Right.
meet this quota, but I think it's a service to the county, and I think people obviously use it, we were the second highest in the county. So I would entertain a motion to participate with the household hazardous waste disposal program for $1,445.
You're looking for a motion? I
Yes.
have to do a motion that says that Manistee Township should participate in the hazardous waste disposal program for August 17th of 2024 at the price of $1,445.
Is there a second? It's been moved and supported that we participate in the contribution to the household hazardous waste program for $1,445. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried, thank you. Next item is the Metro Act. Connie, could you shed some light on this for the audience, please, because you're closest to that as anyone.
It's just it's a continued, when they say extension, it used to be Ma Bell and it's worked its way to AT&T and it's been in place for as long as I can know. But it's just the agreement that we have for right-of-ways for AT&T, fiber optic and such.
That's to run the lines in the township.
Yeah.
Any idea what kind of revenue that is?
I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
But it is something.
Yeah.
But this is a continuation, it's not a renewal, it's a renewal, it's not a, something new, and it's not exclusive. I think at one time we ran into somebody that wanted an exclusive contract, right?
We did and we didn't do it.
We didn't participate. So I would entertain a motion to enter into the Metro Act right-of-way permit extension with AT&T.
I make a motion that we enter into the extension of our Metro Act with AT&T.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved, supported that we enter into the Metro Act right-of-way permitting extension with AT&T. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried, thank you. And the final order of business on the agenda is a request for funds for the flags that are placed on the veterans' grave sites. We've participated in this in the past. I think one year we missed, didn't we?
We
We
did,
did, but
several
we made
years
it up.
ago, we did.
But I think we made up for that after that. But what did we do in the past, $750?
We've been doing 750. And that's the graves, on the grave sites, flags, that's those.
Mm-hmm.
It would also be the flags for when they do the fishing, and they have flags to welcome the veterans back in from fishing.
Oh,
It would also be the flags that they give the deceased spouse or widow or
oh,
widower
yeah.
when they do the ceremony. So it's not just the graves, it's all the flags that go to the veteran's family somehow, or on behalf of the veteran.
What's your wishes?
Well, I would like to make a motion that we participate in this, like we always have, but I'd like to increase the dollar amount because the number of veterans that come through the window where I'm at is increased in this past year that have moved into our township. And so instead of the 700 that we did last year, I'd like to go with 8.
That's a motion?
That's my motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that we contribute to the United Veterans Council for the flags to the amount of $800. Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, being none, carried. Thank you very much. Need a motion to pay the bills. John Downs isn't here, so someone else is going to do it.
I'm making a motion that we pay the bills as presented in any incoming bills.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that we pay the current bills and incoming bills for the month of March. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, being none, carried. Manistee County MTA will meet, is back in session again on March 27th, and that's at Arcadia. Zoning Board of Appeals, do you have one at this time?
Not at this time.
Not at this time. We'll meet Tuesday, April 5th at 6 p.m. Planning Commission will meet Wednesday, April 14th at 9 a.m. here at the hall, and the next regular board meeting of the Manistee Township Board will meet Thursday, March 14th, 7 p.m. What is? So we're meeting today.
That would be April. I apologize. That should be April 14th.
You know, I am trainable.
April 15th.
I typed it, so
April 15th.
apparently I
April
wasn't well
15th.
trained that day.
April 15th, jeez. I wonder if everybody else caught that, just you. Okay, the next meeting of the Manistee Township Board will be Thursday, April 15th, 2024, here at Manistee Township Hall. Any other public comment? Being none, I'd like to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day and a happy Easter and happy spring.
Happy.
Happy. Motion's in order.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Just a second. Just a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, being none, thank you all for coming. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Okay, when's the next board meeting?